This is Alexis, and this is your video on how to work with the map. Now, what we talked about with the map was having you add information in the form of a blue push pin on the map in locations associated with where members are showing that they live. You can also, if you like, add that information down here. Susan J, and then the location, however you like. It's up to you, and of course you don't need to do that either. So this document is a Photoshop document. You can find it in your Dropbox that I made for you early on. You can see here it says Venetian Blueprint, and there it is, the map. So it's right in there. When you grab it down out of there, it will be moved to wherever you take it. So if you want to make a copy for your friend, or for yourself, you're going to want to use the Alt or Option key and click and drag it to your desktop, and that will make a copy. So that's real important. So that's in the Dropbox. If you're not sure where that is, I can disassociate and reassociate you with that so that you get an email that sends it to you. So now let's look at that document in Photoshop. So here it is, opened in Photoshop, and what we have is a folder, full of dots, or push pins, and then we have a layer called background that has the map. So here's the map without the pins, and here's the folder with all of the push pins on it. Now, how difficult is that going to be, and how much of Photoshop do you need? Well, there's an old joke among Photoshop users, because Photoshop is, if you buy it as a standalone product, runs about $2,500. So the old saying is, for this change, you're going to need about 3 cents worth of Photoshop. So that gives you an idea of how little you will need to know about Photoshop to make these changes. So I hope that is comforting to you. Now in this folder, if I click this little drop down, I'm going to see there's a whole bunch of these little dots, and I can take them off, or you can see them popping off and on, or I can turn them on. Now let's say somebody from Florida has decided that they want to join the Venetian Blueprint, and you want to show where they are. I'm going to come over here in this Layers palette, which all Photoshops have. If it's not showing, you would simply go up, you know what, you can't see it in this particular video, but way up there's going to be a menu for Photoshop, and one of the things is going to say Window, and in Window you can pick your options. See that where it says Layers? If it's not showing, just Windows, Layers, and it'll show up right here. So now I'm going to say, you know what, Susan B wants to join, and she's told us that she's in Florida, and we want to show her on the map. So I'm going to grab this top icon right here, this push pin, and I'm going to drag it down to this icon right here, this one with a little page flip, and it's going to make me a new one. Now I can use my arrow keys to move it at first to see which one it is on there, and then I can grab it and drag it and put it on Florida. Then what you do is in Photoshop, you're going to go File, Save for Web, and I know you can't see it in this screencast because it's only showing a small portion, but there's File, Edit, Image, etc. across the top of Photoshop, and you just go File, Save for Web, and it's going to bring you this box. You're going to check that this says JPEG. You're going to click Save. My computer's exporting the last video I made, so it's running a little slow. And then you're going to want to save it, to wherever you have, on your computer that you're saving things that you're working on for the site. And I'm just going to put it in here right now. And then you just click Save. In fact, I'm not going to save it, but I would click Save, and it would save it to where you need it. So very simple. These little dots, you just drag and let go, and it'll make a new one. And then look, whoop, now I have someone way up here. Oh boy. And it's that easy. You can just move them around. So I hope that that helped. And then when you go back into your content management system, you would want to go Images, Map, Upload, and look for the image on your desktop and go ahead and upload that image in there. And just like in the last video, you would then go to the page. So I would go now to the map page, edit, and I can click on this and delete it if I'd like, which you probably will want to. And click right here, click here, browse the server, maps, pick my map, double click it, and it will insert it onto the page. Don't forget to click save, back to your page and refresh, and you'll see your new map. Now, of course, you're not seeing the one that I just added those 2 dots to because I didn't save it or upload it. But that's how you would do that. Super easy. Don't forget your map Photoshop document is right here. These items were created by me. The map was purchased. Actually, that's not true. The map was not purchased. The map was taken off of Google with rights to modify. I didn't actually modify it, but this would be considered modification. So you're good to go with that map. You can use that on anything. Okay, that's it. I hope that that helped.